Welcome for the last time, Jack Spiegel, everybody.
Hello, thank you. Wow, it really is bright up here. Hi to everyone on my Instagram thing. I want to give a shout out to Benji. He got me into stand-up comedy. I love this hobby. I hope to continue it through my adulthood in Cleveland, Ohio. If anyone ever wants to come to a show. So yeah, I finished all my credits first semester, which meant that I had all the free time to travel the world. Starting January 6th, I went to Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, Vietnam, China, Japan, Philippines, Indonesia, and Australia. So many beautiful places America should colonize. The first place was a place called Thailand. I was at Bangkok, Thailand. Does anyone here know what a ping pong show is? So for those of you who don't know, in the red light district of Thailand, they have these things called ping pong shows where these incredible ladies do magical tricks using the thing that makes them a lady. The reason it is called a ping pong show is because the main act is they hand out ping pong paddles to everyone in the stands and they shoot ping pong balls at you out of... Little did the people across the room from me know, I used to play in ping pong tournaments. I was like Marty McFly, slinging pink pussy juice everywhere. They did other tricks, they would smoke a cigarette, they would shoot darts. They could also write messages. Welcome to Thailand, Jack. But I spent the most time, I spent about 25 days in the Philippines, went to some very remote islands. It's crazy. I'd be driving by a schoolyard and I would yell 6'7", and these kids would go ballistic. Other side of the world. I haven't seen the world this united since MJ dropped Thriller. The kids don't even know what 6'7" means. They just know that this equates to a spike in tourism. I had some fun when I was abroad. I downloaded Tinder just to see what the scene was like. I was able to score a date in Zhangjiajie, China, and on the way to the date, I'm talking to the Uber driver. He looks at me and says, well, I mean, he was looking at the road, but he says to me, hey man, your English is really good. Thanks. So then we go on the date, we're at an arcade. She's trying to impress me, so she says, hey, by the way, my English teacher said I speak at a 3rd grade level. I'm like, that's gross, don't tell me that. Would have loved to have taken her home with me to the States, but Trump put a tariff on things made in China. I mean, let's say I go to her and I become Chinese and get citizenship. One of the benefits is China is one of 2 countries that is allowed to visit North Korea. Pyongyang Marathon, anyone? No? Say what you want about the isolation. It's kind of cool. There's 26 million people in a civilization that don't know who the Rizzler is. Like, yeah, the dictatorship is bad, but they did a great job with Squid Games. I know Squid Games, it was made in South Korea, but where do you think they got the inspiration from? Just picture a soldier looking over the border like, damn, those living conditions suck for them. This would do numbers on Netflix. But no, I was on my phone a lot. I was on my phone way too much because I was solo traveling. One of the things that I did was BuzzFeed quizzes. There was this one that said, we can guess your sexuality in 2 questions. I'm like, no way you could do that. First question, what's your gender? Second question, what gender are you attracted to? They were able to guess my sexuality within 2 questions. But no, the main thing I did, doom scrolled Instagram a lot. They have this new feature where with the push of a button, you can repost anything you see. I'm scrolling one day and I see someone reposted that said, how many times a month should a man experience physical intimacy? That is such a disturbing thing for my dad to repost. Could have just DM'd that to my mom instead of sharing it with his 43 followers. Oh, like, I'm scared. What if one day I accidentally repost OnlyFans content? I don't actually subscribe, but I was researching the joke. Leading star, her name's Sophie Rain. She announced that for the month of June, she is going to be donating all of her revenue to Boys and Girls Clubs of America. Do you guys think Elon would give me service hours for jerking off? I don't even need the service hours. I'm just doing it for the kids. Oh, man. I was a kid once. I was born June 10th, 2003. A day after my birthday is June 11th, 2003. We're following along. 9 months before that day was September 11th, 2002, the 1 month anniversary. Whenever people say, man, I bet the Jews did it on 9/11, I'm like, stop reminding me of my conception. I was a kid. Also, when I was a kid, I was pretty fat. In 4th grade, I started something called the Triple Digit Club. I'm sure you can guess for that one. I missed the 1600s. In the 1600s, it was cool to be fat because it meant you could afford food. But a big reason I got fat is because growing up, once a week, I would go out to lunch with my grandpa, and they had unlimited soft drinks, did about 1,000 calories in sugar every day. When they say your grandkids should inherit one of your traits, they weren't talking about the diabetes, Pops. Elon's a great school. I really love it here. Elon is so perfect and so inclusive, except for the printers. For those of you who don't know, on the printers I use, they slapped a sticker on it that says black and white. It's good. I can use it. You can use it. It's fantastic. But there's these really high-tech printers. It can print out black, white, red, blue, yellow, the whole spectrum. So the only problem is they put a colored sticker on there. I can't use it. Like, I could have sworn Lyndon B. Johnson banned this in the 1964 Civil Rights Act. I mean, like, what happens if a teacher asks me to print out a rainbow? I'm screwed. As you said before, I do need an African friend for that. Oh, no, but being a kid is cool. Now I'm grown up, I'm about to go into the workforce. I was a finance student, which going to the workforce is cool and all, except I'm pretty underqualified. I feel like an elderly dog at a shelter, like, you can call me a good boy, rub my belly all you want, but I know you're picking someone else. I know I'm not getting the job. Lucky for me, my dad runs the adoption agency, and by adoption agency, I mean a financial advising firm at Bank of America. To everyone in the crowd that worked hard and doesn't have a job, I'm sorry. But no. But even though this is like kind of a sure thing, I still have to go through an official interview process to secure the job. I'm kind of excited for it. It's like, how will you and your boss handle conflict? I think my mom will help that out. What is the most important thing on your resume? My last name. Who is your inspiration in life? Bronny James. I'm Jack Spiegel. Thank you very much for 2 great years of comedy.